Hi everyone, I'm Karrie Evenson and welcome to Karrie on Canvas. You know what is so great about art? It's that the possibilities are endless. You can choose to create whatever your heart desires and be satisfied knowing that it's an expression of yourself. The other thing about art that I think is so wonderful is the ability to change. You can make different paintings in different styles and add simple, fun things to spice it up. I know for me, I'm always experimenting, trying to see what works, what doesn't work. But the best part about the process is that I'm having fun in my own little world. So I thought today we would spice up our own paintings with red hot peppers and a little bit of stamping. I hope you're ready to paint with me. Here's what you're going to need. Medium-sized canvas, assorted acrylic paints, red, orange, and yellows, medium-sized paintbrushes, rubber stamps, letter rubber stamps if you have them, and you can find those at your local hobby or craft store, paper towels or rags, and don't forget your water to keep the brushes clean. And last but not least, the courage to try something new. So, I have a canvas here that I went ahead and toned yellow, and I sketched out some red hot chili peppers, and they could be red or they could be green. And what I did was, before layering them, I sketched it out on a piece of paper, just like this. And then I went ahead and just layered them, laid the paper down, and traced around it. And that way I could kind of get an idea where I want my chili peppers to go. It's good practice and it's an easy way to kind of plan out your painting a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and start off with the background. I'm going to use a little bit of yellow and a little bit of reds. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is take my palette knife and mix a little bit of golds. And we have some quinacridone gold, which is one of my favorite colors. Just like that. Now, and you can probably see I got a new palette, and you can order this from Jerry's Artorama, but I really love it because you can keep your paints nice and fresh. They stay fresh for up to 2 weeks, and you can, just by adding a little bit of sponge, it adds some moisture. So, go ahead and start applying the yellow and golds. Just like that. Add a little bit of water, helps loosen up your paint a little bit, makes it more movable. Okay. As I get this, this base coat put on, I'll go ahead and start adding some darker colors to kind of ground the painting. Don't really want to make this piece a cool piece. I'd like to use warmer tones. It kind of keeps the whole feeling of spiciness and the warmth of the peppers. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my palette knife and scoop out some red. Just a little bit, and I'm just going to kind of add that down through the bottom. Not too much. All right. Next, rinse my brush here. I think I'm going to go ahead and start using this big, gigantic brush that I have. It's a new brush. I ordered 15 new brushes last week or the week before, and this is the smallest one out of all the brushes that I have. It's a lot of fun. And if you don't own big brushes, I really could make a suggestion that you need to go order them, buy them. You can order them online. It really helps keep your paintings loose and keeps you from being so super detailed, especially when you're in that mode that you need to loosen up and kind of break loose. I'm gonna add a little bit of white here to my gold tones, and I'm gonna just start applying it through the top here. I don't know where I'm really going with this. I'm just kind of experimenting and having fun. Take a little bit more yellow and gold, and it's okay if you get a little bit on your peppers. You can even, you know, cover some of the peppers up where the light's gonna be coming in. I'm gonna have the light reflecting off the top of the peppers so that the shadows are on the bottom. Okay, get some light down through here. I'll come back later and add some more. All right, let's get started on the peppers. This way our background can kind of dry a little bit more, and we can help, it can help allow us to apply more layers. We'll go ahead and work on the peppers and get those started. I'm gonna start off first by using just a kind of a darker red. And really what I'm doing is just applying a base coat. This red is a crimson that's very transparent, and so it's really good if you want things to kind of show through, or you don't want really thick, heavy color. Basically, we're just applying kind of a thin coat here. And you can add different peppers. You don't have to do red, spicy peppers. You can do green peppers, banana peppers, yellow peppers. You can mix it up however you want. You can also apply this technique by, you know, cutting out like I did with fruits and apples, bananas. And you can cut out different pieces and then kind of place them on your canvas to see what's gonna look best or what's gonna work for you. It's a kind of a goof-proof way of painting still life. Just like that, apply the color. And don't forget to add water. I've had some viewers email me about different mediums to use with acrylic paint, and I don't really use a whole lot of mediums with my acrylic paint. There's slow dry mediums, there's mediums that can make your paint do the same thing basically water does. But because I work so quickly, I don't want my paint to take forever to dry. I don't really want to take the time to mix the mediums, but you can. I mean, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can find your own technique, your own way. I'm basically here to kind of show you how to loosen up and paint free, and you take what you can from that and apply it in any way you want. But I basically use water most of the time to mix all my paints up. All right, so we have our base color down, and kind of give that a little bit time to dry. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and add some greens to the stems, to the top. Let's see here. Maybe mix a little bit of this bright yellow I have. And you can use different yellows. If you don't want such a bright yellow and you want more of a, you know, golder tone, you can do that. And I'm gonna take some blue and make this bright yellow green. That's a beautiful color. I'm just going to do the same thing that we've been doing with the peppers and apply just kind of a base coat. Also helps to give you an idea where things are gonna go. Just like that. Yummy, yummy. I like spicy food. My husband doesn't. I'm calling him out on that. He doesn't like spicy food. If I add just the slightest little spice to maybe certain chilies or certain pasta I might be making, he breaks out in a sweat. But he tells me he's fine and he's okay as he's drinking a gallon of water. Here we go. Okay, so we have a little bit of the green, and this is a great combination too, having some reds, and we'll put a little bit maybe red violet in there with yellow greens and a warm background. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna add a little bit of green, just kind of underneath here, just to give it a little bit more oomph. Okay. Now, we're going to take a little, let's go back to the golds. Let's take our bigger brush and let's go back to the golds. Let's mix up some more yellow. Come in here and just start moving it around here. Just a little bit of white. Add a little white there. Helps to make the red pop out. You have some lighter color in the background. See how my brush is just moving quickly? I don't always do that, you know. I've mentioned it before in the show that, I paint quickly, but I don't always do that. There's times that I take my time painting and I go really slow. It kind of just depends on what mood I'm in. And us artists, we have all kinds of different moods. You can just ask my husband. All right. The good thing about painting is that's a way we can express it, whether it be how we apply the paint or how we use the colors or, just painting itself. It's a great way to express what it is we need to express. Okay. Scratch that in. I like scratching. Okay. Like that. Maybe add a little bit yellow through here. This is a great little piece too to kind of have up in your kitchen. And a lot of people I know like to paint according to their colors. So, if you use different colors in your kitchen, you can certainly use different colors on your painting. It doesn't have to be these. Okay, let's see. Add a little bit of the crimson back to the bottom here, just a little. Take a little bit more gold. And add a little bit more here. Very loose, just kind of applying the paint sporadically all over. Let's see, maybe bring some dark up through here. Okay. That works for now. Now I'm going to take my bright red. I have a couple different bright reds here, and I'm going to apply them over my peppers and really make those peppers say hot. And they're not going to be perfect. Scratch in. But peppers aren't perfect, they're very different. Every pepper has a different shape, different size. Here we go. I'll come back through and add more light and darker colors where my shadows are going to be, so that the the peppers look more 3D versus just being flat. It's important to have your light somewhat established in there. All right, let's see. Let's go with a little bit of this bright yellow. Let's see where that leads us. It's great sometimes, the not knowing part of art. For those of you that are beginners in painting, it's a great thing to kind of just get out there and really start experimenting. You can really, you know, set yourself free in a lot of ways by just not knowing exactly what you're going to do. I'm just adding a little bit of yellow here to create some light on my peppers. And I might come back later with some white. This pepper's got some. I might not. One more here. But I think I am going to now. Now that I look at it, it needs a little bit more. And just a little bit of white, not, you know, we're not trying to make the peppers pink or anything, but we're just adding enough to kind of show that that's where the light's hitting it. Some here and there. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the stems. Go back to your yellow-green mixture if that's what you were using, or if you had purple or dark blue, whatever color it was. Go back to that and kind of just redefine your stems again just a little bit. Nothing too detailed. You see how I'm holding my brush. And if it's too much, if you find yourself being too detailed, hold your brush differently. I almost said hold your breath, but that wouldn't be good. You might not finish the painting if you do that. Okay. Like that. A little bit more over here. On the stems right there. Okay. And I'm going to take a little bit of a darker color to kind of add some shadow underneath the stems a bit. I'm going to use this blue. A little bit more here. Just right there, just a little bit. Doesn't need to be too much. Don't get too carried away. A little bit. Add some right here. Might need to go to a smaller brush if you think you're making too big of a mess. I'm just going to stick with this one. I like messes. All right. Okay, and then we have kind of some shadow through here. A bit. Adding a little bit of shadow maybe on this. I like to take my finger sometimes, just kind of blend the paint in. This pepper is laying on top of this one, so I want to add a little bit of shadow here, and I'll have to come back and kind of redefine that a little bit more. Maybe I won't need to. Add some dark through here a bit more. Nice red, green, and yellows, good colors. Okay, I'm just gonna come back to my red real quick and pop this pepper out here. There we go. Maybe take a little bit of my magenta color and add the shadow. There we go. Okay, something like that, right? I like this magenta. I'm gonna throw it around down here. Maybe a little bit on the top there. Take a little bit of the gold. This is my quinacridone gold. You can use any kind of gold you want. And I'm just kind of moving it along the top here. All right, now I'm going to go with a little bit of teal, which I love. Teal and the reds, my favorite. And add just a little extra spice to the peppers. Oh, got a little bit of red in there. That's okay, we're gonna leave it. Take there. A little bit right through here. Works, just like that. All right. Maybe, wasn't sure. I don't really know how this is gonna look, but I think it might be something to try. I'm gonna take my black and maybe just lightly outline the peppers, kind of see what happens. Just very quickly. Just like that, and see if it's something I like. Sometimes the black, when I add black to my paintings, I really like it, and sometimes I mess it up, so. Kind of think this might look okay. There we go. Okay. So before I finish up here, couple other things that I wanted to show you is I had talked about stamping. And so what I'm gonna do is I have some letters here and I'm going to put something on the painting that says spice it up. So just simple little letter stamps that you can get from your craft store or your local art store. And then simply what you do is you apply paint to it. Let's see, we need to get a little bit of black out here. And you just put it on your painting. Let's put it over here. Oh, that didn't work, did it? A little bit more. There's our S. There's our P. There's our I. Oops. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's all right. I'm gonna just wipe it out. And you can, of course, you know, make this a lot cleaner than how I'm doing it. I just have to do, you know, my stuff in a matter of time. Okay. C. Oh, what did I do here? Okay, hold on a minute. I think I spelt it wrong. Okay. See what happens when you start rushing? That's okay. We're just gonna wipe that out with a brush, and we're gonna go back to our letter C. If I can find it. Let's make sure we spell it correctly. There we go. And it doesn't have to be really very blunt or bold. It can just kind of blend in a little bit. Add some. There's spice. And let's go here to I. And that I, that's what's happening. This I keeps bleeding over. And let's go to T. It might be better too if you apply the paint on your stamps with a brush versus how I'm doing it. Just kind of brush it on. There's P, U, and let's see. Let's get P here. There we go. And an exclamation. Voila. I might go back later and kind of work on that spice word a little bit. Sometimes, you know, things don't always plan out the way they're supposed to go, so, okay. One more. This is just a stamping, just like that. And I'm just adding a little bit of a trim. Notice I'm doing what I was supposed to be doing in the beginning, which is applying the paint with the brush. So I think that's about it. I'll finish this up later. I hope that you enjoyed painting with me and experimenting with me tonight, and that you'll remember when in the creative process there is no wrong way. It's all about letting go and having fun and breaking the rules and stepping outside the box. After all, isn't that what art is about? When you find your inner freedom, it is then that you find your artistic voice. So keep that brush wet and your palette full and let the canvas be your story. And you know, I would love to hear from you. If you ever have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at soverycarrie@cox.net, or you can visit my website at karrievensonart.com. I hope that you will join me again on Monday and Saturday evenings at 7:30 right here on Jones Television, Channel 22. Or visit us at jonestv.org. Until then, I'm Karrie Evenson, and you've been watching Karrie on Canvas.